He trusted too many people. Mo3 let a lot of people in his inner circle, and they started knowing where he was going, who he was seeing, what time he was going to be back. And this was one of the things that basically got him lined up, because if you think about all the rappers that had something against Mo3, you got to see TrapBoy Freddy, yellabeezy, boosie, everybody. You can't trust no one when it's all three of them, because people will put up the bread. Like, they'll try to get your friends, and they'll try to get your girl and everybody to turn against you, or to like give up your location, drop below, tell them what kind of car you driving, saying you're going to this place at this. Anytime you tell somebody where you about to go, you have to pay attention to the fact that that could be someone who's actually trying to pass that info forward. In the case of Mo3, this is what was going on, man. A lot of people was trying to like give up his whole entire information, man. And if y'all rocking with Mo3, put the 333s in the comment section right now. Let me know where y'all from, and if you've been supporting him, man, because now at the end of the day, this whole thing was a setup, and everybody realizes it. The fact that he just had left the girl's house, and apparently she don't know nothing, and she don't know nobody. All of a sudden, the people already made a connection between the guys that was on the expressway running, saying that somebody that looked like that was seen with that girl before. That could have been that girl's last baby daddy. That could have been the person she was dating. It could have even been like a cousin or a relative or anything, because you got to understand, everybody is clicked up. The hoods in Dallas and everything, people know each other. And so it's no surprise that he was on his way from that spot, and that's exactly when the people came and started following him. And it's just that you got to put two and two together. The fact that he was set up in the first place, it's all came from somebody hating on him. And the main people that was hating on him is the usual people, the same rappers he had beef with, the dudes that used to live in Mo3 hood, that used to be mad at him because he came up and they didn't. They the real ones that's actually trying to go get him, because you got to understand, you can't bring the whole hood with you when you become a successful person. When you start making millions of dollars and you have the popularity, the fame on TV, doing concert shows, getting all this money, wearing jewelry and everything like that, a lot of the people from your street, from your old hood, from your block, they gonna be the ones that's really salty, because they sitting there having to live the same life that they did when y'all was hurting, trying to scrape it out the mud, trying to get the 50-cent cake from the store. The dudes who was splitting 50-cent cake from the store with Mo3 is the same dudes who was hating on him the whole time, man. And they clicked up with the people he had beef with, and they found out a way to basically get him lined up. The fact that he left that girl's house, and they already had communication with that girl. They seen how she was playing Mo3 on her Instagram stories and everything. They hit her up and told her, DM him and get him to come over, and this is how we're going to be waiting for him. And as soon as he left that complex, you got to watch out for all the girls in the apartment complex. So many parking spots in the apartment complex. When Mo3 left, the dudes that was following him were parked right next to him the whole time with tinted windows. So as soon as he pulled out and leave the complex, that's when they turn their car on and they start following him and everything. A lot of people got to realize that when somebody is like following in a car and they trying to like keep up with somebody, they don't just go right behind them and be right on their bumper. They're gonna stay 2 to 3 cars back. They're gonna be in the other lane. When you go over a hill and come back up, they're gonna switch their lights to a whole different color. They're gonna turn their brights off and maybe hit the lights off and do all sorts of things. Like, they might even run a red light or yellow lights just to keep up with you. And so this is what Mo3 didn't notice at first. The real red flags came from the fact that all of a sudden the girl was like, yeah, don't you have something to do? Like, I don't want to make you late. She kept trying to push him out the door and push him out the door. She was like, yeah, you said you wanted to go somewhere at 12. And so she was like, yeah, you have to leave exactly at 12, because little did he know, she already texted and DM'd the people. How do you know that she didn't DM the guys that was looking for him? He's gonna leave at 12, and this is when they knew to pull up to that complex, and they followed him out of that whole entire thing, because they did not just see Mo3 randomly ride in the car in traffic, and they just so happened to be wearing the Pooh Shiesty mask with Dracos. Nobody did. This was all set up. They knew where he was at and how long he was gonna stay. They had the girl tell him everything that was going on. The fact that she could have even had the camera, they could have been watching the whole live of him in the doorbell camera, the ring camera, and all that kind of stuff. So once he left and they started following him, they waited to get on the highway because they knew that if they got on the highway and try to get him on the expressway, that they might be able to go fast and go drive further to another state. If they would have did this on the city road, then it would have been so many witnesses with their houses, people sitting on the porch. They have street cameras and everything like that. So they knew that they had to do this on the highway because this was the only chance that they were going to actually try to get away. Because also Mo3, he was busting back at them. The only reason that it went to the level that it went and they took him out was because somebody got into Mo3's car and literally took his tools, took his everything that he needed to basically protect himself. And so this was the main thing. They knew that somebody had his location, somebody was telling someone where he was going, what girl he was with, and then at the same time, somebody had a backup set of keys to his car. Don't ever let nobody get a backup set of keys to your car, because if you put things in your car for emergency situations and an emergency situation come up and it's missing, it's probably the person who had the backup spare keys to your car that took the emergency kit out of the car and made it to where now he was moving like basically empty-handed. He was like a sitting duck waiting in the car too. And this is a sad situation because he was in the SUV. As soon as he mashed on the pedal, the dudes, they caught up. It was multiple ones of them. There was one already ahead in case he passed by the guys who followed him from behind. It was already one of the people ahead that was trying to be in Mo3's lane to slow him down. He slammed the brakes. This is what made him stop the car. Because he stopped the car because he already got hit through the arm and he was still trying to find his whole kit from the glove box. And a lot of people said this is when the stories came out that, oh, Rainwater moved the strap. He told Charleston White, said Rainwater was the guy who moved the strap out of the glove box. And so he had to have known that this whole thing was going on. This was not all just some random thing. They already knew his location, where he was going to be. They had the dude set up with the Pooh Shiesty mask to follow him. It was multiple cars surrounding him. And then at the same time, somebody goes in his car and takes his protection right before the whole thing goes down. If that's not a setup, I don't know what is. Every single way you look at it is somebody did something to him and someone set it up and talked to somebody else and try to all work together to take him out, man. This is a sad situation, and I want to send my condolences to Mo3, all the Mo3 fans. Put the 333s in the comment section if y'all supporters. And this is a crazy thing because we need to get the justice for Mo3, man. It's all written out there. It's right there. The suspects, a lot of them, they was not found. Like the main guys, they didn't really get those. They got somebody who they thought knew some things or was going to snitch on the other guys, but they still have a lot of people to go for. They still trying to get everything put together, and the trial is coming soon. The feds have been working this for a long time. This is the reason why they've been watching TrapBoy Freddy, and they picked him up. Now they're going on to yellabeezy. Boosie already got his whole entire, Boosie about to do the 5 years. The San Diego situation popped up for him. And the reason why they was watching him was because he was already under surveillance for Mo3. Then he went to San Diego and got caught up there because they knew they'll be able to catch him on the charge there so that he could tell on the dudes who did the Mo3. Do you think they're going to get the justice for Mo3? Do you want the justice for Mo3? Let me know exactly what you think about this whole entire situation, man. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Put the 333s in the chat.